We're going to take a moment to talk about the importance of early childhood investment to the business community. And we're very fortunate to have our new North Carolina Department of Commerce Secretary, Mr. Keith Crisco, with us, who was appointed by Governor Beverly Perdue in January 2009. He brings 38 years of experience in business and commerce to the position. For more than 20 years, Mr. Crisco served as president and chairman of Ashboro Elastics Corp., a company he formed with partners in 1986. Mr. Crisco currently serves on the board of Action for Children North Carolina. Please welcome Secretary Crisco.
I'm pleased to be here. Even though Pauline McKee knows me so well, she'll probably be able to audit what I say. She's from Ashboro, and I'm glad to see Pauline there. I am very pleased, seriously, to add the business community's support for the importance of early childhood development. I've taken a personal interest, as was said. I have been on the board of really a short time with Action for Children in North Carolina. I've learned a lot. I also have been involved in the North Carolina Community Foundation and have seen some of the good work they've done and some of the work by foundations across the state in early childhood development. It's been my pleasure for the last 3 years to be chairman of the board of Globio Incorporated. Globio Incorporated is a children's website based in Portland, Oregon, in which wildlife photography is used to allow children to communicate through the web around the world. If you want to be a child again, go to globio.org and look at the Wikipedia and travel around the world through the wildlife photos donated by over 20 career wildlife photographers free to this website. You really can become a child again. I appreciate the doctor's comments, and I have an example to talk to you about, which my objective today was to tell you a little bit about me and tell you why I feel that early childhood development is so important for North Carolina and for its economic future. It's going to appear like it was a research data point on his work now that I've been here. There's someone here from Albemarle I know, or they were scheduled to be here, and they may know where Reap Road is, but let me tell you about Reap Road. When I was 1 year old, my father very proudly negotiated getting the family farm. So he moved his wife and 1 year old son to Reap Road. To get to Reap Road, you leave Albemarle, you go 5 miles down the old Aquadale Road, to Aquadale Road, then you turn 3 miles on the old Aquadale Road, and then you turn to Reap Road. And the pavement stopped somewhere on the old Aquadale Road. My parents, I share this with our governor, our parents, my mother went through the 8th grade, my father went through the 7th. And they were good people, but education was not priority. It wasn't with the family. I don't think anybody in their siblings had ever graduated from high school. And their son was there on Reap Road. My dad worked a lot away from home, and my mother was also working. So how do you have early childhood development? You have an angel come. Mother was one of 12, and Aunt Agatha was working at Cannon Mills, and something happened to her that's part of life today in North Carolina. She lost her job. She was almost destitute, so we didn't have very much, but as families did back then, we quote unquote took her in. She loved children. She was never married, but she loved children, and she sat with me hour upon hour and taught me everything that young children need to learn. She got a job when I was 4. So from 1 to 4, 3 years, she lived with our family. And I had a tutor, and what was the phrase? Serve and return. It was serve and return every day, all day. I have two siblings. One did not graduate from high school. One barely did. What's the difference? The angel wasn't there. The angel wasn't there, my aunt. So that's why I appreciate early childhood development, why I've tried to do so much in my personal life and volunteering in those areas. But as I said, the governor and I do share this priority, and it is an immense priority for us all in North Carolina. She supports early childhood education, of course, plus all education, including community colleges. Tax credits and performance-based incentives are a big thing you hear about in the Department of Commerce. But as a former businessman and someone who went through this childhood that I did, I can tell you the most important factor in getting companies to come to North Carolina is access to a well-trained, critical thinking workforce. Nothing is more important than that. We in North Carolina are going through and have done a good job in transforming our economy from the traditional industries into a new knowledge-based and advanced manufacturing economy. Our strong early education process, including Smart Start and more at 4, has been a key part of that transformation and will in the future. Today's employer requires all people to be critical thinkers. Much has been written about the future, and it must be really the creative class. And only by attracting that creative class of individuals in the Asheboroughs and the Albemarles of this state will we be successful in this transformation. By investing in early childhood development, we have a means to have our children adapt to this changing economy. No longer will the average parent work a lifetime at any job. We will be adapting for more changes for all our lifetimes. And early childhood development will help people be successful in that environment. Also, this creates an environment which is attractive to the knowledge workers that we at Commerce attract from other places, from other countries and from other states, because people that move here want their children to have access to this. So in fact, not only in our own development, but it is something that attracts us as a state to others. Caring for young children is in itself an economic engine. Y'all may know this, but just in dollars and cents, the early childhood industry, if I can use those phrases, is a $1.8 billion industry in North Carolina. It creates 47,000 jobs. It also allows, of course, some parents to work outside the home. In the long term, it creates the environment that we must have as we move forward. Again, it is a priority for business. It is a smart investment. I agree with the return on investment chart that's shown here. Early childhood development is economic development. It is the best kind. I hope I've conveyed my priority. I hope I've conveyed the priority of the governor for this important issue. And you can rest assured that in the next years of my term as Secretary of Commerce, you have a real advocate right here, and it's me. Thank you.